Xavier, you didn't have a cakewalk either, and you're saying you made the sacrifices, you did the hard work, you did the things to not get in that position, and now they're going to expect you to bail out the people who took the loans. And you don't think that's fair?
It's not fair. You know, student loan forgiveness 100% is a slap in the face of those of us who have bent over backwards to not be in that situation. So for context, like I grew up broke and uncomfortable, and I saw the writing on the wall. I knew in high school that I was not going to be able to afford college, but I also saw the trap that is student loans. So what I did is I put my entire back into my education. And God willing, I ended up getting an academic full ride to the University of Illinois because I handled my business. America is a free country, but this is not the United States of Section 8. So you cannot sit here. It's not. You can't be a part of the 12% of people in America who have student loan debt and then look at the 88% of us who aren't in that situation and expect us to pay off the decision you made.
Xavier, you...
Yeah. See, my thing with him is he's a bitch ass when you say it's not the United States of Section 8 because you know automatically who people assume is on Section 8. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
But you know, my take is this, man. I actually understand what he's saying, man. You know, nobody else went to fucking school for you, and nobody told you to take those loans out. You knew when you took those loans out, you was gonna have to pay that shit back with interest. And now you saying, "Hey, man, somebody needs to come and pay my debt." You know what I mean? That's one side of it. But then on the other hand, I look like one of you just said, we could bail the fucking banks out. There was just an aid package sent over to. With a majority of it of a $90 billion package and went over to Israel. You know what I'm saying? Munitions, military vehicles. That's millions of dollars for all of that shit. Just went over there. There's money going to fucking Taiwan. There's money's going to still going.
We got sauce frozen. But
even with him saying that, though, I want to just jump on it real quick because at the end of the day, forgive it because at the end of the day, that's giving us people more jobs to keep this country going. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather forgive that than what the fuck what he just saying, give money to other people for what? And then you got your people, he's screaming Section 8. You got your people who don't have the things that he probably had to get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes it's a godsend for somebody to forgive your loans because you don't have that money. And then how United States is set up for you to be in debt when you do graduate. Come on, let's just keep it real like that. You know what I mean? So if you're forgiving that, all I could do is say big ups to the government. As long as people are getting the grades and they're passing and they're getting in their fields and they're excelling, why not?
What he failed to mention also, he just brushed it with a broad, the whole situation with a broad brush. The thing is, during that whole process, it's not like they're just saying, "Oh, you got a loan now, we're just gonna forgive you." No, you have to meet criteria. You have to be paying your loan. You cannot have any defaults. You have to continue paying your loan, even the bare minimum for over 10 plus years. That's all. It's if you're in default or something like that, you're not qualified for it. So it's not everybody. It's not like a clean, a blank check for everybody who has a student loan. That's not even the case. You have to meet a certain criteria. And if certain people meet it, so be it. Because that shit, come on, man. Predatory loan lending, all these fucking loans with the high interest rates going up and down. Shit, Barack Obama he just paid off his student loan when he got into the White House. What does that say? It's ridiculous. You can't. It wasn't. It wasn't set up for you to pay that shit off. You got people who went to medical school and are damn near $1 million in debt.
I'm glad you said that because we need those people. We need those people. That's the crazy part. So if we can forgive that, why not? Like, why not? Especially
if you paid your shit and you then continue to pay. And your estimate, for you to finish paying off your loan is another 60 to 40 something thousand. Think about this: if you took out 40,000, you probably owe 60 by now. you know, 60, 70 something thousand dollars by now. And how you gonna pay that off, man, when you get a job and you're only making 20 something an hour coming out of college? What's your degree?
And see, I have a cousin, and she went to school. She was in school for a minute, and I think she had like 90,000 or a little bit more.
Easy.
And she had like her first year out there. She did it. It took her like a couple years, I believe.
Yeah.
She did it. The thing is, she did it. But my thing is, she didn't get to enjoy her money until it was like the second year, third year. You know what I mean? They're not coming out of school, you know, surviving.
With these high paying jobs, whatever. You come out of college in debt. And that's how they want you. Then, you know, the inflation and everything else, interest rates shooting through the roof. Somebody else, you don't even know who you paying your loan to.
Right.
You know, you paying off your loan to. This person, you know, they done sold your loan to this company, and then the interest rates are like double what the fuck you thought you was going to pay.
Yeah, and
then
it's like
you're only paying the interest. You're not even paying the principal.
It's like you get penalized for having a dream to do, you know what I'm saying, to be who you want to be.
Yeah, but
I mean, the more you get paid, the more that you can get paid, the more that you have to pay.
Yeah, but we could bail out all these companies, but we can't bail out our own people. Help starts at home. That was my whole point. Help starts at home, man. You don't send money to people, you know, getting bombed out or whatever, paying for all these damn wars, but you can't pay for somebody who done went to college at home.
I don't. But here's the thing. Now, here's the thing, and somebody can take it how they want to take it, because like I feel him, but I don't feel him. But my thing is like this: it's a whole bunch of people that stays in the system so that they can be taken care of. Like there's women out here that'll have a baby just because, oh my God, my kids are about to be 18, so let me do this so I can still live in this housing. You feel me? Yeah. So like people like that, I don't want to help. But we're forced to help. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather my money go to a forgiving loan of a dentist or somebody that I'm going to need in the long run. You feel me? Instead of my money going towards somebody's baby mama who keep getting fucked because she's allowed to.
Yeah, but like I said, once you know the system and knows who's getting paid and who's not getting paid, I wouldn't even have a problem paying for folks who are on Section 8 who choose not to jump into the workforce. That, you know, so be it, whatever. But again, don't come talking about, well, I did it, so this person can do it. Not everybody's in that same situation. Right. And don't say the United States of Section 8. That's not these whole United States of America at all. But yet,
exactly,
you know, he's over here, he's, you know, dog whistling, you know, that whole shit. Well, by saying that whole Section 8 thing and by him being a brother. That's extremely ignorant. Like, that's very ignorant, because it's like, dude, we know what you're doing. You pandering to the fullest, and come on, man, stop playing. You're supposed to be educated, act like it. But you know, he went in on this because, like, dude, be thankful that you were able to grind and pay off your fucking loan. Not everybody's in that fucking not everybody's in that situation. Don't climb the ladder and then kick the fucking ladder once you get up there. You know.
Yeah, because like, you know, let's just keep it real. Like, just to name something, like, and I hate for it to be like this, but at the end of the day, there's people in school that's grinding hard that did mess up and probably had one or two kids along the way, but they in that motherfucker grinding hard, and it probably ain't easy for them to get that money back, whether you are male or a female. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a blank check. He made it seem like it was just a blank check and everybody's gonna have to, you know, they passing around the plate and everybody got to pitch in. It's not that fucking easy to do that, to get your shit, to get your student loan forgave. You it's not easy. It's steps. You have to meet the criteria, and if you don't meet it, you don't get it. That's it. Oh man, you got something for us, man, about this student loan?
Yeah. A lot of people complain about the student loan thing, and they conveniently forget of the crimes that happened associated with the large increase in school costs. You know, so yes, the federal government loaned out a lot of money for education. Then again, they absolutely played a part in the rise of tuition in this country from the 1960s all the way up until now. It's been astronomical, the percentage of increase that we've seen, and it's class warfare at its finest. So even looking back to the Reagan era till now, school has gone up tenfold. Before, you used to be able to work a part-time job and be able to afford to go to college. Now you're in debt for your entire fucking life. And also, they had the government played no part in the regulation of these prices. In every other industry, they will regulate prices anytime that they have a hand in paying for something. Even with like Medicare and medication, there's their government rates that they will pay, and they won't pay anything above that. The people need to realize that everyone was taken advantage of. They allowed for private institutions to come in, set their prices, jack prices, and offer bullshit degrees. This was predatory lending, like you've said many times before. Fuck them. Nobody has a problem with them sending hundreds of billions of dollars overseas to Ukraine and Israel.
I got that.
Nobody had a problem with them bailing out these fucking banks. Nobody had a problem with bailing out the auto industry when they created fucking cars that would last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, we saw them bail out farmers. Throw away all this money.
White farmers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they should have black ones.
Yeah. We saw them throw billions and trillions of dollars at COVID relief programs and the COVID vaccine that was ineffective. But when it comes to helping out your everyday American citizen, people are saying, "Oh, I work so hard to make it." Shut the fuck up. We come to a point where people are victimized, and people always want to stand on some shit like, "Oh, well, this is a capitalist society." It's fucking not. In America, we capitalize the fucking gains and socialize the losses. Anytime there are losses in a commercial entity, it's spread out through all the taxpayers. But anytime they make a dollar, it's put in the pockets of the elite. So I can give a fuck if you stop paying your fucking student loans. I can give a fuck if if you get student loan forgiveness. Realistically, you were taken advantage of. You're the victim.
It's the equivalent of a cell phone company when a motherfucker don't pay their bill and they go to another company, and then everybody is wondering like, where does extra 25 cents come from? Because they're spreading that difference. They're spreading it over all of these customers, and you like, damn, my bill was $35, now it's $35.25. Oh well, you ain't thinking nothing of it. But what you're doing is you're helping to pay somebody else's bill. But again, I agree with you. That's the part of me that's like, man, this money goes every fucking where. And, then when people say, hey, man, this money should be invested in our people. Well, how in the fuck else do you want it invested if not in education, if not in let me tell you something. We talked about it. The woman who husband was one of the earliest investors in Warren Buffett's hedge fund,
Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah,
Berkshire Hathaway. And so she had $1 billion, and she donated all of it to Albert Einstein University over in the Bronx, so that these kids could go to medical school in perpetuity. And like we said, can you imagine what it's like for these people to come out of school to be doctors and not have to pay anything back? Could you imagine if that was the case for accountants, for legalists, for anybody, engineers who went to school for this shit, man? You going in there and like, damn, I'm all of this money is coming back to me as it stands now. You got to pay loans back. You got motherfucking the government taking money in taxes, state and local. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to live after all of that shit is gone, man. So
I mean, not just student loans. There's student loans, and then it's that fucking interest.
There you go.
There's student loans because you took it out this year. but you graduated at that year. In between those years, the interest went like this.
And you got to be careful because if you don't, like what they don't teach people, if you don't defer it, you know what I'm saying? Then
you only
your
get so
interest
many.
goes up. Like, you know what I mean?
You only get so many, and like especially during COVID.
I didn't know,
during,
like
not having. Oh yeah, shit. My first year, I didn't know. I signed something.
Like, I had to pay back probably 3 times my loan because I wasn't educated in if you do not pay at a certain time. If you let me say, if you don't defer it, then your interest goes, and now you have to pay. And I and what they did for me, and what and I was just like, well, do it. They took my taxes for about 5 years until they
start garnishing your shit.
And
they'll garnish your shit.
I had no taxes coming back to me, so basically I was working and not getting shit back. Even though I never understood tax returns, because unless you're a parent, you don't get no money back. You know what I'm saying? I look and see how they take all that money out. Every paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about thousands of dollars, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars.
This is why this is my beef with old boy making that comment about that, because Warren Buffett always, his comment about him not paying, he pays less taxes than his secretary, and he's one of the world's richest men because of the tax breaks. And when you were just talking about, Miss Kiki, how you didn't understand how you didn't get a tax return or whatever, it's because we don't know, we're not literate enough to know about the tax code and how you can move shit around. If you own property, you can put this here, you can move it there,
and that's why I fuck with Trump, because I'm trying to figure out how did Trump pay $700 in taxes.
That's why
Trump is the reason
why you should not fuck with him because of that. That's
why he's the one that did that.
Yeah, he's the one who took advantage of those loopholes. And then he
put it in place. That's why Buffett is, all of these guys are getting these tax breaks. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a flex.
Because we dealt with the
flex, but damn, if I knew, like, I want my money back.
We dealt with that, man. When my wife just did our taxes, man, and we owe, like, what the fuck, how? You know what I'm saying? And so again, the other problem I had with that motherfucker is everything out of his mouth was, I, and why do I bent over backwards, and I sat on the dick of education so that and it's like, bro, it's more than you. Like, you talking about why do I have to pay it back? Well, first of all, they're
ready to fuck him.
The amount of money that it would cost to pay those to forgive student loans wouldn't come close to what the fuck is going overseas, or what the defense budget.
Yeah, not even close.
But I can guarantee. But I can promise you, I can guarantee, with him saying that, I bet you that motherfucker ain't even that educated to even know what you just said. You feel what I'm saying? But they found the asshole to put on TV to be like, yes, let's make this black motherfucker. You feel me?
Of course.
And the other thing that homie don't understand is, motherfucker, if everybody could get an academic scholarship, then there would be no money to be made at these universities.
Yeah.
So everybody's not gonna get an economic scholarship, just like everybody ain't gonna run a 4 from 1 to get that scholarship in college, man. Like, it's motherfuckers like that, man.
It was the messenger. It was the messenger, not
little slippery
motherfucker. Just like it seemed like somebody put him on. That's why I said a Diddy con. That's why I said it, because I'm just like, who the fuck got in your ear? Who made you fucking?
He's definitely gonna get invited to the Diddy parties after that statement.
Yeah, he's getting fucked now.
He's gonna run in a certain circle, and because he was placating to a certain demographic.
That's it. When especially, this is not the United States of Section 8. You know what you're doing.
Didn't he sound dumb about that? Because let's do this. You gotta do the statistics, you dumbass. We ain't the only, like, for real, black people are not the only people. Matter of fact, it's more white people that take advantage of the system because they know how to do it. Our asses don't even know how to do it if we needed it to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can, like, and the only reason why I'm saying that, because I can say that because I worked my whole life, and I was off of work for 2 years, and I needed assistance, but I didn't know how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want to at the end of the day, yeah, live off your savings or whatever. But that's what I was forced to do. But it's so many motherfuckers out here that know loopholes that don't even have to touch their savings until whatever they're going through gets over with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how dare you even try to put that on our people as a person of color? And there's no mistaking your color, my man.
He was there. He was selected. Oh man, what you got, man? Bring us home.
I'm sorry, I was about to go off on that little punk motherfucker named Kid.
Classic plug. Thank you, Miss Kiki.
I think he needs to champion some other cause. Maybe that Rainbow Coalition or something. But this ain't it. Yeah.
I just happened to see this on TikTok and was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I think my people would dissect dude, and y'all pretty much did the way I thought y'all would. And I appreciate y'all for that.
Yeah, and I ain't got no academic scholarship, motherfucker.
Yeah, because he was a little zesty with it, you know. And it was like, dude, you know what you're doing. Come on, man. You don't go on the field and act a whole fool. Yeah, come on, man. Stop that. Please don't do that, man. You can get your point across. I get that, but you was, man, you was, live
for real.
Have you guys noticed how
for real
these universities no longer have brick and mortar facilities where they do the instructing? Everything's online now.
Yeah.
The price never changed.
Yeah, they get you lost.
They don't have to heat a building. They don't have to build anything. You know, like that. And all their teachers are part-time. You know, they're not paying any benefits. You know, so here we have, academics being 100% online, and you're still paying $30,000 a year for bullshit education. Like, if that doesn't explain the hustle, you'll never understand it.
That was the rub during COVID. When kids couldn't go, a lot of kids were home, and their parents was like, "Why the fuck am I still dropping $50,000, $60,000 a semester or whatever, and my kid ain't even going?" And like you said, it's online. And a lot of them didn't even go back. They just stayed at home. But that's the fucking hustle. They still getting paid whether there's a natural disaster or not. And old boy just jumped in and was like, "Well, why do I?" It ain't just you, sucker. You don't feel that. Keep that same energy when the money's going over towards these wars. Keep that energy, when it's coming out of your pocket. Again.
He ain't even that educated with his educated ass. I guarantee that.
Hey, before we go, is that the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Hey, before we get out of here, did y'all see that shit I sent y'all with Boo Capone talking about Michael Jackson was a Crip?
No.
Man, who is that dude?
What?
Hey, Boo Capone, hilarious, man. Boo Capone, a comedian out of LA, man. And he was, who did he say he was signed to? I forget who. He was signed to somebody, and he goes back. Like, he knew all them people. And so he was explaining, and I was doing the research. If you look at that Way You Make Me Feel video, them motherfuckers was Crips. And they was like, yeah, that was the homie boxer, this, that, and the other. And so one cat said that they told Mike to just throw it up. And so Mike threw it up, not knowing what he was doing. According to them and the people that was like, nah, man, Mike was a West Coast Crip, man. He kept. I remember he kept calling me "cuz." I said, Mike, quit calling me "cuz," man. I don't say anything when you call. Matter of fact, I don't say nothing when you call me blood. But the thing is, he was like, Mike had a deep voice. He said, "Motherfucker sound like Charlie Murphy." Same shit Eddie Griffin said, man.
That's what I heard. Like,
motherfucker had a deep voice.
Yeah, they said that was his talking voice, but his personal voice, he was deep as shit. Yeah, that was
It's a video out there, man, where he slipped. He was on a mic, and he slipped, and his voice was deep as shit. But he was like, yeah, Mike was 6'2", big ass hands. He said, Mike, he kept calling me "cuz." Mike, man, stop calling me "cuz," man. You just gotta watch. That shit was hilarious, man. Bull funny motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw the video, man. I also saw the one where him talking about he beat up Tupac.
Oh, what was that? What you say?
I also saw the video where he said he saw a fight between Michael Jackson and Tupac.
Yeah,
and Tupac lost.
I wouldn't say that because Tupac used to spin around in circles and shit and make halos. He was a ballerina.
But this the thing though, man. The other part, La Granja. The other part.
I'm about to say he left. He went from skinny. He went from skinny.
Yeah, they want to hear this shit. Well, the only other part that was funny about that is, man, he kept, he wasn't the only one. Them cats, when they did a documentary on Pac, they all said that Pac couldn't fight, but he loved to. So that was the interesting thing about what Boo Capone was saying. Everything he was saying has been said before. He just told it in a different story.
Hold on, I gotta get on E about his little because like now he representing for the BBWs. It's a pig on there. Last time it was skinny. It was some skinny shit she had last time I was here. What you drinking?
She's paying attention. I can't even pronounce the shit, but yeah,
big shit.
I put it up there. Yeah,
big back,
some
big
swine
back.
shit.
Yeah, man. What's we got? Tempranillo.
There you go.
Tempranillo. Yeah, there we go.
But they let you know that fat motherfucker is a balloon, like that motherfucker light. That's fat
go.
light.
Well, listen, man, it's been real.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, thank you, family. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And,
love y'all, man.
Yeah, thank you for another great episode. Thank you, subs. Everybody
Thank
share,
you.
subscribe. Please hit the like button. Do all the things, man. Appreciate you.
There we go. Like, share, and subscribe, man. We thank y'all.
I'm glad that all y'all made it to the sperm. I'm glad y'all all made it to the. No, let me tell y'all this. I'm happy as hell that everybody made it to the ovaries. You feel me? Because all right. It was hard. It took me a long time to get there because I was overweight as a sperm. You feel me? So,
good night.
I'm glad we all made it.
Ed out like I ain't.
Yeah, man. All right. Peace.
Love y'all, man.
Love y'all too, man.
Peace.
Peace.